Sharon Springs Against Hydrofracking has been another valued partner. I'd like to introduce Lisa Zaccaglini.
New Yorkers have achieved an amazing victory with our fracking ban. Congratulations to all of us. But what good is it if the gas industry's blood-money grip continues to have a chokehold on New York? Annually, they dump nearly 500,000 tons of radioactive fracking waste from Pennsylvania into our landfills. Gas companies are using Seneca Lake's abandoned salt caverns for gas storage, threatening the drinking water of over 100,000 people and a $5 billion wine industry. In 2012, a similar salt mine gas storage facility collapsed in Louisiana, creating a 26-acre methane-burping toxic sludge sinkhole that is still growing. They have plans for an LNG export terminal at Port Ambrose near New York City, the busiest harbor on the East Coast. What could go wrong? Well, if a tanker ruptured and the vapor cloud caught on fire, the fire would be hot enough to melt steel at distances of 1,200 feet and result in second-degree burns on exposed skin a mile away. They use our 19th century decaying train tracks to transport their gas, creating bomb trains that cause deadly explosions. Then there's the dangerous web of high-pressure pipelines connecting to extremely polluting compressor and generating stations. Pipelines need compressor stations every 40 to 100 miles to boost the gas. Each compressor station emits more than 100 tons of pollutants each year and 62,000 tons of greenhouse gases. That's annually. Environmental chemist Wilma Subra, MacArthur Genius Fellow and former Vice Chair of the EPA, lists some 40 symptoms in people living near compressor stations. Among them, nasal and throat irritation, frequent nausea, bronchitis and coughing, shortness of breath, frequent nosebleeds, irregular rapid heartbeat, and dizziness. Sound like a drug commercial on TV? The difference is you can choose not to take the drug. Unfortunately, we're not given that choice, whether we want a pipeline or compressor station in our community. Google Minisink New York to see how an entire community was taken over against their will. A recent peer-reviewed study also shows dangerously high levels of formaldehyde in the communities near compressor stations. The research was led by Dr. David Carpenter, physician and director of the Institute of Health and Environment at SUNY Albany. Here are Dr. Carpenter's own ominous words regarding his findings. Quote, "One thing about cancer, it doesn't happen tomorrow after exposure. Cancer usually takes 10, 20, or even 30 years to develop. Our concern is that these carcinogens that were monitored near homes, schools, and farms, that the people exposed are going to be at risk of developing cancer, but it will only appear in the future." In closing, fracking was banned in New York due to all the red flags raised about health risks. Those same red flags exist for pipelines and all the other gas infrastructure. Why is our governor looking the other way as FERC rubber stamps these dangerous projects against the will of the people? We want a full health impact study done before any more pipelines are laid in the ground. But better yet, we don't want any more pipelines. They're obsolete. They'll always be risky, and there's no reason to put ourselves in harm's way. Renewable energy across the globe is now matching or outperforming in every way. It's safer, more predictable, and creates more jobs. This is the future we want for Schoharie, for New York, and for the planet. We have to keep up the fight. Inform our friends and neighbors, and start voting only for candidates who support and work for a renewable and sustainable future. Thank you.